tools of the trade. In the hands of the game's most gifted players can produce magic. It's pure shot-making artistry, and the one who best executes their natural talents will have mastered every shot in the bag. Today, these 8 men gather to showcase their own skills in this truly unique event.
NBC Sports presents the EMC Golf Skills Challenge.
And we're back in the beautiful, lush Ojai Valley, a prelude to the picturesque backcountry of California. We're about 70 miles northwest of Los Angeles at this tranquil resort, the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa. This is the second and final day of competition, and before we begin today, let's take a quick look back at the first 4 events staged yesterday, beginning with the Toyota Long Drive contest. And in his very first EMC Golf Skills Challenge competition, Casey Martin delivered the biggest drive of the day. His first swing landing 329 yards away to take the first event and $15,000. The second event, the Hartford Greenside Bunker competition, didn't take Nick Price long to record the best shot of the day. In fact, perfect. And Nick Price took the second of 4 events in the first day. The Golf Magazine putting event was next, and it was thrilling. Peter Jacobsen pulled out 3 shots in a row to finally win in a playoff, finally ousting Craig Stadler. In the 4th event, the EMC Long Iron contest, it was Billy Andrade who took aim from 185 yards out, turning in the winning swing on his second swing. Just 4 feet, 4 inches away from the hole for the defending champion. But it was Nick Price who had the lead in the overall standings after the first day. $40,500 amassed for Nick. Billy Andrade was second, and Casey Martin was third, followed by Craig Stadler. And as we take a look at the upcoming events for the second and final day, we'll start you off with the EMC Trouble Shot, followed by the CompuWare Pitch Shot. The Ojai Valley Inn and Spa Long Greenside Bunker competition is next. And finally, the Toyota Short Iron Shot winds up day 2. Hi, everybody. I'm Dan Hicks with Roger Maltby. We welcome you back to the second and final day of competition in the 7th EMC Skills Golf Challenge. And Roger, Billy Andrade trying to become the 3rd repeat winner in this event, trying to join Peter Jacobsen and Brad Faxon. What do you think his chances are?
I like Billy's chances today. Only $750 behind the leader, Nick Price. But I think the events today tailor to Billy's strengths. We've got a pitch shot, a trouble shot, a long greenside bunker shot, and a short iron shot. All things that Billy Andrade's very, very good at. We've got Casey Martin not too far behind that, about $10,000 behind that. So he's still in the hunt. And we got Peter Jacobsen, a 2-time winner, not far behind that. So there's still a lot of players with a chance.
And it's going to be tough to top that first day of competition yesterday, isn't it?
We saw so many shots going yesterday, 7 hole-outs. I don't think that would happen today, but if it gets close at the end, usually the short iron shot, which is the last competition, is pretty exciting.
Well, the overall winner is the golfer who amasses the most money. There's a look at how the first place through 8th place prize money is given out. $50,000 bonus to the overall winner.
And we'll take a look at the rules for the remaining 4 events. Each player gets 3 attempts, must be on the green to count, and of course the club.
Hurry in now for big savings during the JCPenney home sale.
Competition today, let's take a look back at one of the masters in getting out of trouble, the great hands from Chichi Rodriguez, who has competed so many times in this competition. This back in '92, and another example of the artistry and the shot making.
Parts of this competition, an obstacle in front, this case a tree, and Chichi elects to play one left to right, one right to left, and the players have that option. They can shape the shot any way they wish.
Chichi Rodriguez serving up the highlights in the trouble shot. Now, Casey Martin, and Roger, this was one of the things you mentioned yesterday, does not have a lot of variety in his shots, although he needs it here.
He likes to work the ball right to left. Really don't see Casey try much in the way of left to right shot making. So I'm sure he'll be trying to spin the ball to the right of those tree limbs and hook it back in.
What about the options here, Roger? Are there a number of ways to play this shot?
Well, there is. You can see the tree limb in front. The players can go underneath and to the right side of that and attempt to work it right-left, or they can go left of that tree limb. There's a gap up above and work the ball back in left to right.
Top.
Well, let's stay up. There's a ridge that runs through the green and does.
Well, again, Casey Martin, such a huge story in golf, at least in the first half of the 1998 season. We're going to be talking more in a sit-down interview with Casey a little bit later in the show. But invited out here to Ojai, California, even though he does not have a PGA Tour card, failing in qualifying school recently.
We'll be back on the Nike Tour, though, by virtue of winning a Nike Tour event earlier in the year.
And that ended up to be the only event he won, and a distance of 24 feet, 2 inches for Casey Martin. Billy Andrade is next, and again in position to successfully defend his title here.
This an 8-iron for Billy Andrade. And Billy, a player that can shape the shot in either direction, so he may look a little bit. He's aiming this one left, though his pet shot is going left to right.
And that will not reach the green, so no need to measure Billy's first attempt. 3 wins for Andrade. Of course, the first coming back-to-back, his first 2 wins in '91, but did not win again until his playoff victory this year in the Canadian Open.
Oh, this is nice.
And the players like it. But on the lower tier, it'll be quite a distance from the hole. I don't think that's going to be a threat to win the competition.
Where is it?
We'll have to improve on that.
That'll certainly measure well beyond Casey Martin's 24 feet 2 inches.
Yeah, maybe 15 feet, maybe 20 feet.
I think it's an illusion there,
Inside
Peter.
20, Billy, you think? No, it's way short.
From down the hill, it does look closer, but it is a ways off.
How much? You were right again, Bill. Yeah. You get that in the ring.
In fact, more than 40 feet away on Billy's second attempt.
Again, setting up left, so all 3 shots attempting to play the ball left to right. There you can see the hole between those 2 branches at the area he's trying to start the ball through. Didn't like it.
Don't swear.
So Andrade finds the green in just 1 of his 3 attempts. 43 feet 10 inches his best effort, and will continue the competition in a moment.
Mikey got 146 to the front, 156 to clear the bunker, and 165 to the hole. That wind's blowing pretty good. Graphite shafts. Playing a 2-piece ball.
Yeah, that's a pretty good lie in the rough.
You had 2 cups of coffee with breakfast? I like 6-iron.
Okay, thanks, Billy.
All right.
In golf, it's tough to make decisions without access to information. In business, it's even tougher. I'm Mike Rutgers of EMC Corporation, title sponsor of the Skills Challenge and maker of EMC Enterprise Storage, systems that help the world's leading companies protect, manage, and share the information they need to succeed.
Oh, great shot.
Yep, stopped it right on the logo. Enjoy today's event.
pleasure, Senator. And the press is behind that bus. Oh, thank you.
It's amazing how profitable a worldwide hotel chain or any business becomes when it unleashes its most powerful weapon, information.
You like the Paris papers and steak tartare for Coco.
Oh, Coco. No. Thank you.
The EMC effect. It's not bad for tips either.
Mom, look at that. That is the one I want.
Sweetie.
Everybody's got one.
We can't get that now.
Come on.
Honey, what did I say?
Check this out.
No.
I haven't gotten a toy in so long. Come on.
No.
I have to get that.
Little kids get what they want.
Sweetie.
Shouldn't you?
Okay.
Yes.
Introducing Solara. An entirely different kind of Camry. It's for you.
What are the keys to winning? Do your homework. Get all the advice you can. Plan ahead. Know when to play safe and when to go for the green. And when to hang tight and stay the course. Sounds like a winning investment strategy to us.
To make it out here, there are a few things you might want to consider. Some more critical than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
The EMC Golf Skills Challenge is brought to you by EMC, the Enterprise Storage Company, and by Toyota Solara Coupe, an entirely different kind of Camry. It's for you.
Welcome back to Ojai, California, as we continue the competition. The EMC Trouble Shot. Craig Stadler getting ready to go. He's in 4th place after the first 4 events. And earlier you talked with Gary Koch about getting out of trouble once you do get in it.
Well, I'm here with Craig Stadler, and Craig, what's this, another errant tee shot over here behind the rough, behind the tree?
It's one of my better efforts here.
Yeah, right. Well, you got this big limb in front of you here now. Obviously, you got to go under it. What are you going to do to hit this ball under that tree limb?
Well, I've got to keep it, as you said, under this big limb right here. I've got about 120 yards to the hole, but there's another tree past it, so I can't get it real high. So I'm just going to take a 5-iron and close the face a little bit to keep it down and just try to fly it about 80 yards up there and hope it runs up somewhere. I can find it again.
All right, well, let me see it.
Easy stuff. I tell you, hit it over here enough times, you get pretty good at this. Which I do.
All right, now look to me like you move the ball back in your stance a little bit. Had your hands ahead.
I did. I got the ball for normal 5-iron position would be about right in here. I'm going to choke way down, almost got the right hand down the shaft because this would be a real short, real steep swing. The ball position will go from here to back here because I don't want to weight shift.
Right.
I just want to come up and drop it right down on the ball just to keep it low and drive it through there because the one thing, you got to keep it low, but you got to get enough distance so you don't get hung up in the rough as well.
Well, that was about as good as you can do.
It's true.
All right, for you folks at home, when you get it in the rough, you got to go underneath the tree, play that ball back in your stance, keep your hands ahead, take your 5-iron, make a little 3/4 swing, get results like Stadler.
Easy stuff.
Ready? And there you have it.
Nothing to it.
Well, Stads wants to improve on his 4th place in the overall standings right now.
Stads going with an 8-iron here. He too likes to move the ball left to right, so taking that option left of the hole, but deep.
They loved it up there. They really loved that.
Yeah, he went up through. He went up through the hole.
Over?
Coffee, what do you got, sir?
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
Ah.
Yeah, I need to switch hands up.
A little strong again. So far, Casey Martin's distance of 24 feet 2 inches, holding up.
And now he's determined that this is too much club, so instead of changing clubs, he's going to try to take a little something off of this. I'm sure he stayed with the 8-iron because that hit the ball the perfect trajectory to get through that hole in the trees. And a 9-iron might not have fit.
That'll be measurable, but it is a considerable distance away. Let's go back down to Gary Koch.
Well, Billy, our Roger Maltby picked you in this shot, saying, you know, you're got a lot of imagination, a lot of touch. He thought you were going to hit a great shot in the trouble shot.
I think Roger did that because he's seen me drive it so bad for so many years, and I've always played out of the crap all the time.
Well, then why didn't you hit a better shot?
I don't know. I just didn't hit a very good one the first time or the third time. I was lucky to get it on the second time.
$750 behind price.
I know. He's tough.
Any predictions about Rocca, Raj?
Again, a solid player. He's a good iron player. He moves the ball around. He prefers to move the ball right to left. You see him setting up to the right now. He's taking the other route to the right of those tree limbs.
And that is a good-looking shot.
Just catches the slope, though.
That's going to be close to Casey Martin. Rocca, again, competing in his first skills challenge here in the United States. But he did win the European version to get into this field, and he does take over the lead just by about 3 feet over Casey Martin.
That one hits soft. If he'd have carried that ball just about a yard left, that ball might have chased up into the center of the green, but hit very soft in the fringe. Such a likable man, Costantino Rocca. Very gentle, quiet kind of fellow, but all business on the golf course.
It was tough, Roger, to see him take all that heat at the '93 Ryder Cup. The Choco Rocca headlines and all of that business.
Unfair heat.
He is such a nice man. And they measure his third swing, and that is outside of his best shot, which was his first at 21 feet 6 inches. And speaking of the Ryder Cup, the captain, Ben Crenshaw, currently in 7th place after the first 4 events.
Ben electing the right to left route. That didn't look like it was hooking, though. That's one of the interesting parts of this competition is seeing which way the players elect to hit the ball. And they're going to go to their pet shot. So you'll see the guys elect to move it left to right, to get over to the left side of the tee. The guys elect to hit right to left, go to the right side of the tee, and they always go to their pet shot.
I'm trying to run that right up. But that will not stay on the green. So Ben will be 0 for 2 in his first 2 attempts. Again, has not played a lot of golf. Has spent a lot of time at home with his wife, Julie, and his 3 daughters. As you look at Rocca, the leader, did have 15 starts, but only made the cut in 2 of them. Uncharacteristic-like play from one of the all-time greats.
That's just about right in the same area that Costantino Rocca was. This one's going to be pretty close, I think.
Again, Rocca's measurement, 21 feet 6 inches. And Crenshaw just outside of that by less than a foot. So he's in second. Rocca remains in first place, and we'll have more of the EMC Trouble Shot competition when we come back to Ojai.
You look pretty tonight.
Thank you.
Like a butterfly. Or a soft peach whose supple texture is honest and beautiful. And I think we pair well.
Me too. But a soft peach, huh?
Gossamer Bay. The wine says a lot.
Want to play in a Golf Skills Challenge just like the pros? The Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour will be coming to a city near you in 1999. Join the fun at America's most entertaining skills competition, open for golfers of all ages and playing ability. For 99 tour dates, cities, and entry forms, call 1-800-617-7500 or go online with NBC's golf.com website. Test your game at the 1999 Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour.
At a time like this, there are several things you might find useful. Some more useful than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
PGAtour.com. PGAtour.com.
I hope you'll stick around and come back to the Players Championship, PGAtour.com.
Pick up the club pretty quickly. PGAtour.com, the official site of the PGA Tour.
We're back in Ojai. Look at the current standings in the EMC Troubleshot, the 5th event of 8 total on the second and final day of competition. Rocca, the leader, 21 feet, 6 inches. And now our first look today at Peter Jacobsen, who has participated in every single one of the Golf Skills Challenge competitions.
Electing to play to the right, and that 21 foot 6 inches could hold up. I wouldn't think so, but this is not an easy shot to get close to the hole. To get it on the proper level is really difficult in and of itself. So
There's more hook on the ball.
Who knows?
If you hook the ball, it would be a great shot.
Sometimes close, sometimes miss.
Seve in person. I'd like to see Seve in this event, wouldn't you?
Especially this one. Yeah, you bet. He can shape the shots.
Look at the past winners in this event, and it really displays a variety of individual artistry. Besides Chichi Rodriguez, Phil Mickelson has won this event in past years.
Jake going with the 7-iron here. Oh, look at this.
What shot by Jacobsen.
That is a great play.
That is going to be very tough to beat.
Sometimes good, sometimes bad.
That was good, Peter.
Now let's take a look at how Peter Jacobsen played this shot. Notice he has the ball very back in his stance, and he's going to take the club back to the inside. Notice the shaft and the club head back inside the target line, which would be along here. That's going to help him promote a right to left shot and keep the ball down low. Now, through impact, watch how the right forearm will rotate, and the club face, as it goes on through the finish, will rotate to the point where the toe is up in the air. That promotes the right to left shot shape.
Costantino, that was a pretty good shot there from Jacobsen.
That's a very nice shot. Maybe too good.
Too good? Well, you're representing the European Tour here in the competition. These guys are pretty good, aren't they, over here?
It's very tough to beat this guy. All these guys is very tough.
All right, well, hang in there.
Peter, that was too far. A little shorter this time.
Wee bit.
So, Jake trying to improve on that. That's going to be very tough. That one left.
Well, this one not hooking much. And through the green, but 6 feet, 10 inches, pretty good stuff. That's going to be really hard to beat.
Bettering Rocca, the previous leader, by some 15 feet. And John Daly is next, and he's got the rally cap on. He needs to rally. He's an 8th.
Not a good sign when John puts the rally cap on. John going with an 8-iron here. That through the green.
Too much hook. Too much. Too much.
Too much.
Mentioned earlier that John Daly has had a couple of runner-up finishes in these skills challenge events through the years, but he's really struggled.
I think Peter, it's because he has the hat on backwards.
I think that's most of the time when he's in the trees, he's having a bad day.
Bad day.
So he gets pissed, hat goes back, and he's done.
Jeez.
Oh, yeah.
Will that stay on the green? I don't think so.
Almost broke the flagstick in half, though. Maybe I shouldn't say anything and just let Peter Jacobsen do the commentary.
Well, just one player left to try to get inside Jake's 6 feet 10 inches, and it's Nick Price.
Never been here. Does he know?
I'm worried about this tree here.
Nick on the right side of the teeing area, so he too likes to play the ball right to left. Underneath the branch, knocking down an 8-iron here.
Well, we mentioned John Daly earlier. It has been a very adventurous year for John, and earlier Gary Koch had a chance to catch up with Long John Daly.
Well, John, I know you've made a concerted effort here. You're a little trimmer, and I know you're in pretty good shape here, so good to see John Daly on a positive path.
Yeah, you know, surrounded myself with a lot of great people, and been back in the desert, and just I got a trainer named Louis Chow, and you know, besides the family with Callaway, I have a new family, Mitchell Joseph Company, and Mitchell got me a hold, and he said, look, you got to get in shape, and you need to do this, and you need to do that, and all positives. And so I'm working really hard. I can't stand the workouts too much, but, you know, I'm an addictive person, so if I could just keep doing it, maybe I'll get addicted to it. And, you know, I'm pulling for by January to be like 200 or 212, somewhere in there, and that's really a good, solid weight for me.
It seemed like this fall you played in the Dunhill Cup matches with Tiger Woods and with Mark O'Meara, and you played well. You won all 3 of your matches. Looks like your confidence is back.
Well, I don't know. I just love that place over there, and to win all 4 matches against their #1 guys, that's where Mark put me, was definitely a confidence booster. And yeah, I just love the tournament. Anytime I get a chance to go to St. Andrews, I'm dying to go because it's a very special place, and the people are just wonderful there.
Well, congratulations, and we're all pulling for you, Jim.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary. The battle does go on every day for John Daly to maintain sobriety. He says he fights it each and every tournament he goes to. Nick Price's second shot on the way after missing the green on his first.
Cut the hill.
Getting back to John Daly, Roger, no one received a bigger ovation when these golfers were introduced for this competition than John.
The viewers love John Daly. They love the excitement he brings to the game, and truly do wish for his recovery and for his well-being and happiness. And sometimes that seems to be the toughest part, is John Daly being happy.
It was a frightening scene in Vancouver, seeing him with 2 jackets on in 85-degree weather with his shakes. Just another day in the continued battle for John, as Nick Price may record his best
It better not be
swing on the
inside 6
third.
feet. If that is, I'll know it's a fix.
But that should be well outside of
Still
Peter
spinning.
Jacobsen's 6 feet 10 inches. Indeed it is. So Jake will win it.
All right.
23 feet 9 inches for Nick Price. And a look at the standings in the EMC treble shot. Peter Jacobsen with a shot inside of 7 feet. Rocca finishes second. Ben Crenshaw takes third, and Nick Price finishes fourth.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of, sorry.
That's okay, man. Accept those congratulations. That's great. Good start to the second day.
Well, it's a very good start. You know, I like to be able to hit the 5-iron 10 feet or the wedge shot. You know, winning the trouble shot doesn't say much about your game for the year.
Too much practice?
Too much practice hitting around trees.
Well, congratulations. Great job there in that first event.
Thanks, Gary. Hopefully this will get me off to a good start today.
It did get Jake off to a good start. He moves from 5th in the overall standings to 3rd after 5 of 8 events. Nick Price still leads in first place, followed by the defending champion, Billy Andrade. Coming up next, the 6th event, the CompuWare pitch shot, when we return to Ojai.
To survive out here, there are any number of things that might prove useful. Some more important than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
One tropical splash. Yeah. Have you tried Mondo Mango? What's it taste like? Mango. Well, I've never had mango. But if I don't like mango, have you tried?
To some, a scented cardboard cutout is simply no substitute for the genuine article. The freshly updated 1999 Toyota 4Runner.
When you had the idea, you were just a kid. But lately you've had to buy into some pretty adult stuff. Like strategies for attracting and retaining the best employees and maximizing shareholder value. At Arthur Andersen, we help people make those kinds of decisions, which lets them concentrate on things like transforming complex three-dimensional objects into simple digital data. You know, kid stuff. Arthur Andersen, helping in ways you never imagined.
For your pleasure, Senator. And the press is behind that bus. Oh, thank you.
It's amazing how profitable a worldwide hotel chain or any business becomes when it unleashes its most powerful weapon, information.
You like the Paris papers and steak tartare from Coco.
Oh, Coco. Oh, no. Thank you.
The EMC effect. It's not bad for tips either.
Notre Dame, LSU. Last year, the Irish shocked the Tigers on their own home field. Then the Tigers turned the tables in the Independence Bowl. Now they meet again as Autry Denson and the Irish, in hot pursuit of a bowl bid, look to finish undefeated at home for the first time in nearly a decade. Next Saturday on NBC.
A reminder about the Ultimate Golf website as NBC Sports extends its coverage to golf.com. You'll find complete results and information there, plus all the latest news from around the world of golf and much more, all at golf.com. Well, let's begin the 6th event, the CompuWare pitch shot. Really more of a chip shot here, Roger, as you look at Peter Jacobsen to begin it.
Well, it is. Most of the players are just going to try to get the ball on the ground relatively soon. And here's the complicating factor of this shot. That ridge that the ball has to trickle over. Oh, that is a played little chip.
Thank you.
Great shot.
Jake has the attention of his fellow competitors here. Again, moving into 3rd place overall. This is a competition that Jake has won twice previously. 2 feet.
It's closer than that.
9 inches for Peter.
Look closer.
Players have the option to play this any way they want. They can play it with a very straight-faced club and just get it on the ground in the fringe or just on the front of the green. But the speed that it reaches that ridge is the important factor.
Ah! That will not come down.
How close is that?
He's got to, I think he learned a little bit from that last one. Oh, this is going to be good.
Hit it.
It's going to be good, Peter. Look at this one.
Nope.
Comes back left.
Wow, great shot.
It does come back left, as you heard Billy Andrade say, and that appears to be inside the 2 feet 9 inch distance.
Pitching wedge, yeah.
Way to go.
The Ducks.
Okay, you guys have any new material up there?
No, this is a cheat.
Under 2 feet for Jake.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course, you keep hearing that reference to Ducks, both Casey Martin and Peter from Oregon.
Costantino Rocca, currently in 5th.
Oh, it's got to be sitting down.
Right.
Missed the bunker. Hope.
Oh.
He's going the wide route.
Yes.
This could be good. This could be good. This could barely be on the green. This could be off the green.
I barely took it. You didn't play much break, did you?
I think it goes left, and it falls off the hill. Yeah, it goes left the first.
Too wide left.
That's better right there.
There it is.
That's the third effort. Is this going slow enough? A little too hard.
That's a good shot.
Yeah, good shot.
Good shot.
Good shot.
I tell you, the third effort. Walked out there. The first
For Rocca.
The top of it is left.
After not recording the distance on the first two, that seems to be 3-4 feet.
All the way. All the way.
3 feet 7 inches for Rocca.
Lamborino.
Is he really?
24th on the European Tour money list this year, and now, again, the rally cap is at. What is this? John Daly. What do you think of that?
Well, that requires a remarkable amount of talent. I don't know that you do that in a tournament situation, but electing to play the lob shot and take all the break out of it and just try to land it on that bottom tier. Well, let's take a look at how John Daly does this. He'll move the ball well forward in his stance. There you can see up off the left instep. Then he'll make a very big swing. Now look at how big a turn and how far the shaft gets back. That's almost a parallel. That's about as far as someone would get it back to hit a driver. Full shoulder turn. Now as he comes down, and here's the key, watch how he slides the wedge underneath the ball. See, a straight impact at address, but watch the left wrist cup and the right hand get past that left. See that angle? That's what increases the loft. And look at the angle that this ball comes up from the club face with. Unbelievable. Straight up in the air almost.
But is it just me, Roger, or do you get the feeling that John's begun to lose a little interest in the competition? He is mired in 8th place. You can see his hat there saying, "Keep it straight, John."
Well, I wouldn't think, again, he would do this in tournament play, but there aren't a lot of people that can really stand there and hit this shot.
How about
like
that second shot?
It is remarkable, but I'm not so sure that John's really giving it his 100% best now. Those are 3 remarkable shots.
And 3 entertaining shots turned in by Daly, who got the first one just over 4 feet. But it's Peter Jacobsen who still leads the CompuWare pitch shot. Casey Martin is next when we return.
Dateline Sunday, nature's wrath unleashed. Trapped in a raging Alaskan blizzard.
We weren't going to make it another 24 or another 36 hours up there.
Caught in a powerful flash flood.
It was the most terrifying experience I've had in my life.
Find out what it's really like inside a tornado. Incredible stories of survival. Right before Twister, Dateline Sunday.
If you like the body language, you're going to love this translation. A luxury sedan at a very approachable price. Toyota Avalon.
Some people will naturally put themselves out for others. Which is why one day, we hope that Rebecca's favorite job will be with the world's favorite airline.
Household Prisoners, tonight on News Channel 4 at 11.
We are back as Casey Martin is next to play. You think this is pressure? Nothing compared to the 26-year-old's rise to instant fame.
Life was
Daly Street in a carnival of sights to see. All the cheap thrill seekers, vendors and the dealers, crowded around me.
You were the story in golf to begin the '98 season. What was it like to play in such an incredible limelight?
Well, I admit it was a bit overwhelming. I recall thinking about the whole situation and expecting it to be, I guess, news, but not super big news, and it went pretty big. And I admit it was a challenge this year, dealing with the attention and the scrutiny at times. It's been a real blessing. It's brought a lot of opportunities my way, but at the same time, it's been a challenge. You won your very first Nike Tour event. Did it seem like, wow, this is going to be pretty easy? At that point, it seemed to be. You know what? I never expected that. I was obviously thrilled and excited that I played like that. It kind of proved to me that I belonged out there and that I had the talent to make it. But I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I knew the players that were out there were great players. And as the year went on, I kept wanting to win again, obviously, and it didn't happen. But I know that, if I did it once, I can do it again, and just got to persevere through kind of the downtime and get back there. You did take a couple of sponsors exemptions to play in 2 PGA Tour events. If you had to do it all over again, would you do the same thing and take away precious time from the Nike Tour, a tour you're trying to earn a PGA Tour card through? I would. I would do it again. I knew if it was meant to be and my game was good enough, I'd make it through, the Nike Tour, even without those 2 events. And it didn't happen. I had a great time this year. Got to chase my dreams and have so many great experiences. And just thankful that it worked out like it did. And hopefully next year I can get on the PGA Tour. You also got a chance to chase your dream in the U.S. Open. You had quite a finish there. That must have been a great week at Olympic Club for you. Tell us about that. Yeah, that was really a highlight of the year. That and winning the first tournament. I was so nervous going into the U.S. Open, just with all the attention and really being on national TV for the first time to that extent. And wow, I just praise God I was able to play like I did, and it worked out great. So that was a real thrill. Do you ever get the feeling, Casey, though, no matter how well you play on the golf course, you're always going to be, quote unquote, and you put it this way, the guy with the cart? Does that bother you, and do you think you'll ever be able to change that? I don't think I'll be able to change that. I'm sure I'm stuck with that, and I'm grateful for the opportunity to chase my dreams and play professional golf, and I'm going to keep doing that as long as I can. And if people keep, putting that label on me, so be it. I just try not to think about it, try not to worry about it. I played absolutely horrible at the Tour Championship, and that was disappointing because, I'd hoped and planned and prayed that I'd win that tournament and get through, and it didn't work out, didn't even come close. But, you just, you get humbled a lot in this game, and it hurts. I admit, it stings when I play like that.
What a great-looking shot. Right underneath the hole. Man, that's got to be fun for him.
There really is some pluses and minuses to your situation. Do you think you've had more pluses or more minuses? Oh, absolutely. It's been by far, in a way, more pluses. I'm getting the chance to pursue my dreams. I've had opportunities such as playing here this week that I would have never dreamt I'd be able to do. And, the list just goes on with blessings I've had. So, yeah, there's a few negatives, I admit, but they don't compare to the good that's been brought my way. It really is an amazing story, Roger. The fact that he is competing here in this skills challenge amid some of the greats of the game, still hasn't even earned his PGA Tour card. I don't think I hit it. You think he should
This is real nice, Casey.
Ride a golf cart or not?
Real
you
nice.
have to admire his perseverance and his skills.
And admire that shot. Whoa, that's going to take the lead.
Nice shot.
Wow, that looked good all the way.
Let's take a look at how he does it. This is textbook chipping technique. He's got his hands ahead of the shaft, ahead of the ball back in his stance. Now notice the angle of the hands to the club head and the shaft never changes. It stays the same way at the back end of his backswing. Now he's at impact. He's exactly in the same position he was at address. And even more importantly in his follow-through, the hand's still slightly ahead of the club head. Perfect, perfect technique.
Again, the distance to beat, 1'11" by Peter Jacobsen. And he beats Jake. His first shot came within 1'5". Casey Martin quickly grabs the lead.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
This one out wide left, too wide left. Doesn't quite get over the ridge.
So the third and final shot by Casey, who continues to have a great week.
Another good one. Another good one, Case.
Oh, look at
I'd
this.
make this one.
That's got a chance to go in, doesn't it?
Might make it.
Oh, right just on the left side of the hole. Another great effort.
That may be inside of his first effort. And that has to feel awfully good for Casey Martin, getting some high fives from players from a tour one day he'd like to join.
Go Eugene.
1'5" will be the distance for Casey Martin. He's with Gary Koch.
Casey, you win the long drive. Now you're leading the pitch shot around the green, touch and distance.
Yeah.
You got it all.
Well, I don't know about that, but hit a good shot, got to see theirs, and got to see a good break, and just kind of died it up there right. So hopefully it can hold up. We'll see.
Well, now you got to sit and wait, just like you did with the drive.
Yep, we'll see.
What do you think, Roger? Very tough to beat, 1'5".
It's a tough chip shot. 1'5" is going to be formidable.
Billy Andrade, second place in the competition, the defending champion.
It was hot, and I just went, psst. Oh, man.
Looks good, Billy.
That's right, he's got that whisper going.
Oh, just
Not
a
even.
wee bit shy there on the bump and run.
Another accent.
A bit hard there.
Just a little bit.
So wee bit more left.
He's a piece of work, isn't he?
Yes, he is, Billy.
We agree.
That's a good one.
That's really good right there.
Oh, God. Look at the
Chipping
left.
with an 8-iron here.
That's the winner.
And is that going to get over the hill?
Can't see with his caddy.
He's chasing it on down. Pretty good effort here.
Shot, Billy. It's about 2 feet.
It's a little more than 2 feet for Andrade.
More than that. Maybe 2.5.
Were you here 1'11"?
He is well outside of Jake and Casey Martin.
You know, it's amazing. I thought that my 111 was awfully close.
In fact, 3 feet 7" for Billy's second. This is third and final, coming down the hill. Will it make it? No.
Keep going. Get up. Run out of there.
Don't think that's legal. But let's see anyway.
There you go.
Thank you.
Double hit. TC Chen. Stead, you last.
Andrade now tied for third with Costantino Rocca at 3 feet 7". Next up is Nick Price. And he's the leader with 3 events left.
Oh, he goes big left early on.
Okay, playing a very low line drive kind of shot, and that's going to be too much.
Went off in my hands.
Explosion.
Now Nick 26th on
You don't
the
really
money
want
list.
to measure that, do you, Nick?
And of course the leading money winner, player of the year back in '93 and '94.
Too much hook.
This is nice.
Playing this with a very straight-faced club.
A little hard.
That's just a shade too hard, but pretty good.
Oh. Close.
Okay. That'll be close to Andrade and Rocca, but not near Casey Martin and Peter Jacobsen. Again, Casey Martin is within a foot 5 inches.
Mobley? Where is he?
Third and final attempt.
That's got a good look to it if it can get down the hill. There he comes.
Could be it.
Just a shade more speed going across that ridge.
That's got to be it.
That is close.
That's like a foot. That's like
could
a foot.
be very close to Peter Jacobsen's
Nice shot. That's like a
1
foot.
foot 11 inches.
Wee bit chubby.
Now it's outside. 2 feet 8 inches for Nick Price. So just 2 players left in the CompuWare pitch shot competition. Craig Stadler and Ben Crenshaw will eye that distance turned in by Casey Martin, the leader, at 1 foot 5 inches. Peter Jacobsen in second place. We're back in a moment.
What are the keys to winning? Do your homework. Get all the advice you can. Plan ahead. Know when to play safe and when to go for the green. And when to hang tight and stay the course. Sounds like a winning investment strategy to us.
Want to play in a Golf Skills Challenge just like the pros? The Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour will be coming to a city near you in 1999. Join the fun at America's most entertaining skills competition, open for golfers of all ages and playing ability. For 99 tour dates, cities, and entry forms, call 1-800-617-7500 or go online with NBC's golf.com website. Test your game at the 1999 Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour.
The RAV4. Stock for everyone. Only you.
Relive Lee Jansen's emotional U.S. Open triumph. Plus, say Reebok's rise to stardom at the Women's Open and more. A celebration of champions. December 5th on NBC.
Dan Hicks back with Roger Maltby and Gary Koch. Second and final day of the EMC Golf Skills Challenge. We're in the 6th of 8 events. This the CompuWare pitch shot competition. Craig Stadler looking to move up from his 6th place.
The big burly man has an excellent touch around the greens.
Well, this could be
really
good.
often overlooked, but a great chipper of the ball. Look at this. Just dripping it across that ridge.
This is going to be real close.
Look at this.
Oh, shit, that's a foot. Shot, Stat. He was going to hit his second one. He was already hitting his second one before that one even stopped.
Remember the distances to beat, a foot 5 inches.
You gave up on it.
For Casey Martin, a foot 11 inches for Peter Jacobsen.
Not that I've been chipping well lately.
And he does not get inside of Martin, but he does get inside of Peter Jacobsen by a couple of inches. So
I'm trying to figure out what Craig Stadler does like about his game now. Every part of it he says he's bad at.
That's his attitude, isn't it? He kind of pokes fun at himself.
Don't go left.
I've ever seen him.
Remember when he used to have that R90? That ugly old R90?
That's gonna make it down.
Oh! You know what? Wait, look.
Look at this. That is unbelievable.
Wow. He plays almost with a close touch.
Well, that won't be inside of his 1 foot 9 inches.
This guy's the best.
But Stadler, as you can hear Peter Jacobsen talking in the background, is one of the better short game players on the PGA Tour for a number of years.
Casey looked nervous, didn't he?
Yeah.
Watch this. Look at this. Look at this. Just dripping across that hill again.
That is remarkable.
Those are
really
three fabulous chip shots.
In fact, he may not take over first place, but if you added up all three of those shots, that would be
by far the winner.
You bet. So it appears that Stadler's 1 foot 9 inches will be the distance that he posts. Casey Martin hangs on with one last player left, Ben Crenshaw. And that is a look at Stadler coaxing that ball over the ridge.
Ordering that ball.
Yeah, right. No coaxes. No coaxes from Stads. He is in second. And Ben Crenshaw, who's currently in 7th place, the only golfer left with a chance to get inside of Casey Martin.
Oh, maybe that's why Casey Martin looked nervous. I wouldn't want this guy shooting at me from around the greens. Brilliant imagination and brilliant feel.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Just to the ridge.
Right turn. Here we go.
No, watch it.
Wow.
Beautiful stuff.
That's a 1.5 foot.
No, 2 foot 3 inches.
Is it 2
27
feet?
inches.
No. It's 110.
27 inches.
110.
Just more than 2 feet from Crenshaw. But only good enough for 4th place.
No, it's gonna.
Is that gonna make it?
Oh, yes, it's gonna make it.
Lordy.
Let's see what gravity does for it now.
Is that unbelievable?
That's why.
Yes, it is.
That's right.
Kidding?
That's unbelievable.
Are you kidding?
We played the Merrill Lynch shootout in Bermuda one year. We had a putt off, and he had a putt like this. He went first.
Drain out.
And the other, we had like 5 putt offs, and nobody could get it within 15 feet. It was like up here. And
That's
going right at it.
So nice.
That's the
going right at
imagination
it.
Peter Jacobsen was talking about. That's just amazing.
Oh, he made it. Oh, he made it.
He's in. Look.
Another shot. Looks just like about what he turned in on the first effort.
You got me on the last one.
I don't believe Casey Martin
You got him.
was beaten, but Ben Crenshaw took a run with 3 beautiful touches on his
Still
shots.
on.
2 feet 1 inches, just like the first.
Way to
And
go,
Casey
man.
Martin
That's 2 today.
wins his
Another
second
big
event of the skills competition. He opened
Give
up
me
with a
the
victory in
card.
the long drive.
Give me my card.
Yeah, give it to him. And he wins the Count Beware pitch shot for the distance of 1 foot 5 inches. Stadler gave him a run, 1 foot 9 inches to finish second. Jacobsen was just under 2 feet, and Crenshaw had a nice touch as well. Well, let's get a word with Casey Martin. He's with Gary Koch.
Congratulations, another win, Casey. Did you ever think that this would be possible? Well, I tell you, a couple nights ago, I was sitting in the room just hoping I'd show up and make a few bucks, and to win twice is a thrill. These players are so good, and just to be included is a thrill. So this is great.
Some anxious moments there. There's some good-looking chips going down that hill.
Gosh, all those chips just hanging on the edge, and everyone looked like it had me. I kept saying, oh, he's got me, but it didn't happen, so.
Well, importantly, too, this puts you in better position now for the overall championship.
Yeah, heck, yeah, this is a blast. I'm having a great time, and hopefully a couple more good shots. You never know.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Casey. Let's see where Casey Martin moves. He moves from 4th to 3rd place in the standings after 6 events, 2 left. Nick Price stays atop, and Peter Jacobsen continues to move up. Jake in 2nd place. Well, 2 events left. Coming up next, though, the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa Long Greenside Bunker Competition.
Murphy, I want you to pick my wife up from the airport. Her name is Thelma.
I'm Thelma.
Really?
Really?
Camry's extra value package with CD player and 6 speakers and a power driver's seat.
Thanks for the ride.
No problem, Mrs. Burns.
Who's Mrs. Burns?
Did we mention anti-lock brakes? The 1999 Camry. At least the road will be smooth.
5 cents. 5 cents. 5 cents.
Introducing AT&T One Rate International Plus with 5-cent weekends. Now calls across the country and to Canada are just 5 cents a minute all weekend long.
Yeah, call your friends, call your relatives, call everybody you know.
To get 5 cents a minute in the U.S. and great international rates as well, call now to enroll.
No, Monday is what? It's a weekday. That's right. That's right.
For your pleasure, Senator. And the press is behind that bus. Oh, thank you.
It's amazing how profitable a worldwide hotel chain or any business becomes when it unleashes its most powerful weapon, information.
You like the Paris papers and steak tartare for Coco.
Oh, Coco. Oh, no. Thank you.
The EMC effect. It's not bad for tips either.
What are the keys to winning? Do your homework. Get all the advice you can. Plan ahead. Know when to play safe and when to go for the green. And when to hang tight and stay the course. Sounds like a winning investment strategy to us.
Tonight, 8:30, 7:30 Central.
You can't explain it, can't predict it.
The power blockbuster touches down on NBC. Plus, all night long, real footage of the most spectacular twisters ever caught on tape. 8:30, 7:30 Central. Twister. NBC tonight, 8:30, 7:30 Central.
We are back to picturesque Ojai, ready for the long greenside bunker competition. And to lead it off is John Daly, mired in last place among the 8 golfers here at the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa. John has been sporting the rally cap for a while now.
This long bunker shot of 38 yards. Very awkward length shot. Easy to hit it heavy and leave it short. Easy to get too close to the ball and hit it long. Hole cut just on top of the false front in the front right part of this green. Not an easy shot at all.
John has 3 balls lined up there.
Flop it, baby.
Waiting for the start.
This is going to be...
Yeah, you get the feeling this might be rapid fire, Raj?
Yeah, it could be. The other before it lands.
Oh,
here we go.
I don't know about the strategy.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
He's got them all going at the same time.
Did not come back? Huh?
And really, one of those is a pretty good play.
Well, it is official, Roger. John has lost interest in the event. Not that it is particularly humorous.
Well, the towel has been thrown in. And ultimately, it's the spectators and the viewers that get cheated there. I'd like to see him give his best at it.
Well, this is exactly what John has struggled with throughout his career. Once he does get out of competition, gets out of it from a winnable standpoint, he more or less has had problems just finishing.
Wow. I try, but it gets me nowhere.
Wow.
It's kind of like drinking was. It got me nowhere either.
Well, I think there's a lot to those statements that were just made. Nick Price. This, a sand wedge. Great bunker player, Nicky Price.
Oh, that was close.
That was close.
Very close.
Just hit it a little harder.
Here, Nick. Here you go, Nick. Hey, hold on. Hit that one.
Now Daly is throwing clubs into the bunker. And that will drift off as well for Nick Price. So 0 for 2 in his first 2.
It's a good throw, John.
Third attempt, Nick Price.
Oh, yeah, this is good right here. Stoning it.
Watch the spin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shot. He's stoning it.
That's going to be tough to beat.
Stoned it.
Good shot.
It's got to be 2 feet, Nicky.
He just made it.
There's a lot there.
Beautiful, Ted. Beautiful.
How much?
3 feet.
3.5 feet for Nick Price.
Well, let's take a look at how Nick Price does this. Pretty much the same setup he had on his normal bunker shot. Ball a little bit further back in the stance. But watch how close he'll strike to the ball. That's important so you can drive the ball out 38 yards from the position where it first was. But very, very tough shot to judge.
Nick, pretty good way to try to keep the lead. 3'6".
I just try to hit that last one hard enough. You know, this is a tough shot. I mean, that's about as far as I can hit a sand wedge out the bunker. It was nearly a pitching wedge, but just had to carry it up over that little knoll there and release down there nicely.
Jacobsen only $500 behind you.
Oh, I know. You know, I'm going to break his knee or something.
Oh, okay. Good shot.
Am I only $500 behind you now? I did not know that. Really? I thought I was about 4th.
No, it is a very tight race in the overall standings. As we remind you that LSU visits Notre Dame, the Irish trying to go unbeaten at home for the first time since 1989. Next Saturday, 1:30 Eastern Time, Notre Dame football continues here on NBC against LSU. Nick Price, the distance to beat, 3.5 feet. And it's Ben Crenshaw's turn next.
Ben using a 9-iron for this shot, obviously less loft. Trying to hit the ball out flatter.
Oh, come
Trying
on,
to use that slope to bring it back to the hole, and that is very close to being a fabulous shot.
Oh.
Just
Is it
stayed
the
on
same
the upper
wedge bench
tier.
or the pitching?
All the drinks. That's 9.
9?
Well, Roger, we talked about it a little bit yesterday in the first show as Ben gets ready to captain the Ryder Cup team. His nickname is Gentle Ben. I mean, but we're going to see a little different intensity from Ben once those matches get underway, huh?
Well, Ben as a competitor on the golf course is anything but gentle. Gentle off the golf course, but always had a bit of a temper on the golf course. And a very, very serious competitor. And you're right. He'll want to win those matches very, very badly.
He is already so deep into the preparation and has been so for such a long time. He wants to make sure that the Americans are as well prepared as they possibly can be at the Country Club in Brookline.
And that will come back off the green, I assume.
Now let's revisit Gary Koch.
Jake, Nick Price, sand wedge. Ben Crenshaw, 9-iron. I mean, how do you play the shot?
Well, this is one of the hardest shots in golf, and it just depends on what you're comfortable with. Obviously, Nick, he swung real hard at the sand wedge. I think Ben was just trying to cut it in off the hill. I'll probably use a pitching wedge, but, you know, it's just anybody's choice here. You can use anything. Daly, I mean, you saw Daly's style there, just 3 in a row.
Get it over quick.
Just get it over with quick. He obviously doesn't like the shot.
Okay.
But when you look at the current standings, the John Daly style does give him second place for the moment, but Nick Price still leads it. More of the long greenside bunker competition when we come back.
Now Craftsman has an innovative handle on screwdriver design. It's the Craftsman Grip Driver, a revolutionary screwdriver that's more versatile and generates up to twice the turning force of standard screwdrivers. And it's available only from Sears. The Grip Driver's patented multi-position handle lets you ratchet and transfer more of your arm strength to the screw head where you need it. The Grip Driver has a 3-position ratcheting shaft, so you can drive or remove screws without having to reposition the tool. The Grip Driver comes with 2 Phillips and 2 slotted bits. At only $19.99, it's a real value and makes a great gift, too. A powerful magnet keeps the bits tight and screws are held in place, so tough spots can be reached with one hand. With its superior turning force and rugged ratchet mechanism, the Craftsman Grip Driver is a must-have for every home. And because it's a Craftsman hand tool, it's guaranteed forever. Call now.
Have your Sears or other credit card ready and call 1-800-367-4600 now to order your Craftsman Grip Driver for only $19.99 plus shipping and handling.
To make it out here, there are a few things you might want to consider. Some more critical than others.
build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
Since golf began, fathers have passed on their knowledge of the game from generation to generation. December 5th and 6th, golf legends Johnny Miller, Raymond Floyd, Hale Irwin, Lee Trevino, and more team up with their sons for the Office Depot Father-Son Challenge, a family affair. December 5th and 6th on NBC.
The EMC Golf Skills Challenge continues as we wind up Event 7, the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa long greenside bunker competition. While we were away, Costantino Rocca turned at a distance of 10 feet 8 inches. Craig Stadler's first shot is well behind the green. And a look at Craig's 23 years on tour, 12 wins.
It's a hard shot here, Stads.
Yes, it is.
You can handle this.
The year he won the 1982 Masters was the year he was also the leading money winner on tour. That was 16 years ago.
Probably not. There are the two classic cases of a long bunker shot. One thin and long, and the other one a little bit heavy and well short.
Done both of those varieties a few times.
This is good here.
Yes, I have. I don't like these shots. Nobody likes these shots. How about this one? How about the spin on that? Wow.
That will take the lead over Nick Price.
Good job here. Come on.
Yeah?
Price recorded 3.5 feet. That may be about a foot or so.
Oh, Stads.
1 foot 3 inches for Stadler.
That's great, thank you.
And it will take a miraculous shot to get inside of that.
40 yards.
All right.
60 feet. Foot. Well, let's take a look at Craig Stadler's final attempt here. All back in his stance. Very little motion in the lower body. Gets right down so close to behind that ball, less than an inch. That is such a precise shot. It strikes fear into any golfer. I don't care who you are. You don't like these at all.
Stadler made it look easy. But again, 1 foot 3 inches is what Peter Jacobsen looks at as he currently resides in second place after 6 events.
Get going, you pig.
Far.
Peter Jacobsen attempting to play this shot with the pitching wedge.
One time in our history.
And one of the things a pitching wedge or a 9-iron accomplishes as a club selection is it takes all the bounce out of the club. You have a lot of bounce in the bottom of a sand iron, and you don't want the club head skipping into the ball, bouncing off the sand. So it helps the club dig. So it helps take some of the fear out of hitting the skull shot.
So Jake, after missing the green twice, needs a good shot here to maybe have a shot at getting close to Stadler's distance, but that will come up short as well, and Jake will go 0 for 3.
DFL.
What was that? Spell that out.
What's that?
Spell that out for us, please.
Didn't finesse the lob. DFL.
Very
Didn't
nicely
finesse the
done,
lob.
Peter.
That's a golf term.
Good save.
Yes, save and a beauty. Current standings, Craig Stadler moves into the lead, 1 foot 3 inches. Casey Martin and Billy Andrade coming up.
Tuesday, Mad About You goes Hollywood. The butt massage, the hot tub, and Paul takes a meeting, California style.
This whole trip to L.A. has been an eye-opener. Hey, how are you?
And 2 all-new episodes of Just Shoot Me.
Sometimes I wish I were a woman. I thought you were a woman.
With Third Rock's French Stewart, all-new NBC Tuesday.
The Toyota Land Cruiser. For nearly 50 years, its capability has been legendary, unbeatable, until now. Toyota's first V8 Land Cruiser has arrived with an all-new 230-horsepower V8 engine and a smoother, quieter, more luxurious ride. More room inside. More convenience features than ever before, and a look that says roughing it doesn't get any smoother than this. The all-new V8 Toyota Land Cruiser. Get the real picture at your Toyota dealer now. is at its worst, you'll find the Lexus RX 300 at its best. Because with 220 horsepower and four-wheel drive, it can always get around, which could be the difference between your having a normal life this winter and no life. The four-wheel drive RX 300, like no other vehicle or value on Earth. At your New York, New Jersey, Connecticut Lexus dealer.
A Hero's Welcome, Monday at 11 on NBC4.
The 1998 Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour saw amateur golfers of all ages and abilities compete in a competition patterned after the EMC Golf Skills Challenge. Individual competition winners advanced to the finals here in Ojai.
Well, Doug, 23 states, 25 cities, 20,000 competitors, and here you are, the owner of a new Camry Solara. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, yes. Had a great time out here this week. Very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, a look from high above the Ojai Valley Inn. And this is Casey Martin, one of two players with a chance in this long greenside bunker competition to try to get inside of Craig Stadler's 1 foot 3 inch total.
They're not measuring. Just $4,000 behind Nick Price in the overall competition at this point.
That one just off the green. Casey in third place.
Nice.
Oh, that sounded good. Watch this spin.
Ooh.
Yes.
Boy, Case.
That's not inside of Stadler, but it could be
Trying to do it again.
close to Nick Price's 3.5 feet. Looks a little outside it, perhaps. It is. So third place for Casey Martin at 5 feet 3 inches. He continues to play well here.
Continues to impress in all facets of the game.
Wow. Spinach. Too much spinach.
Actually, a shot that the players would take every time from there.
So he'll stay with his 5 feet 3 inches.
I got last. Didn't finesse the lob.
And Billy Andrade, final golfer in the long greenside bunker event.
It's a pretty good shot for Billy. Makes a long, full swing. Normal bunker shot, so not a big stretch, not a big change of technique. And look at this. Too much spin. Got up onto that back slope, that backstop behind the hole, and
Beauty, Bill.
spun off of that, but well played.
Well, that should be close to Casey Martin's distance for third place.
Beauty. Look at this thing go.
Just behind
Technology.
Casey, just an inch longer.
How far was that?
4 feet something, 5 feet something.
That's really good.
Close to being outstanding.
5 feet.
So Craig Stadler wins the Ojai Valley Inn and Spa Long Greenside Bunker competition if Billy Andrade cannot get within a foot 3 inches on his final shot.
Last effort.
Don't shoot. Good shot. Do it. Oh, that's off the front of the green, I bet.
Well, those are three well-played shots.
There it is. Shot.
Stand wedge, Billy.
Craig Stadler has won the 7th event and looks very excited about it.
That's as happy as he looks.
That's his demeanor. Stadler with a brilliant greenside bunker shot, a foot 3 inches. Nick Price finishes second. Casey Martin finishes third, and he continues to impress. Here's Gary Koch again.
Well, Craig, congratulations winning the long bunker shot. What'd you say, 99 to 1 shots hit sometimes?
I tell you what, my game isn't that good, but that is by far the worst part of my game. First two were good, though. One about 40 yards over the green and one halfway to the green, so, you know.
Yeah, it only
mix them up just right.
It only takes one.
Exactly.
All right, now you're only $6,750 behind going into the last event. Behind Nick Price. Got a chance?
Got another sterling part of my game, the 100-yard shot. You never know.
All right, well, good luck.
Stranger things have happened.
Is there anything that Craig Stadler appreciates about his game?
Well, right now he is in the hunt in third place in the overall standings behind Casey Martin and Nick Price. 7 down, 1 event to go. The final event coming up, the Toyota Short Iron Shot, as the EMC Golf Skills Challenge continues.
Good news, David, is that we got the bed. I applied for it, but for some reason, so let's talk to these guys. We're not right. Don't tell them we have to.
Everyday people. For your pleasure, Senator. And the press is behind that bus. Oh, thank you.
It's amazing how profitable a worldwide hotel chain or any business becomes when it unleashes its most powerful weapon, information.
You like the Paris papers and steak tartare, Brucu?
Oh, Coco. No. Thank you.
The EMC effect. It's not bad for tips either.
What are the keys to winning? Do your homework. Get all the advice you can. Plan ahead. Know when to play safe and when to go for the green. And when to hang tight and stay the course. Sounds like a winning investment strategy to us.
This is the financial core of Snap. It's one of our search engine's most popular areas. This machine keeps track of your purchase prices and commissions. And this machine lets you build your own personalized portfolio. This one monitors world markets, financial news, trends. What is this machine? That's our soda machine. See our coffee maker.
Snap.com from NBC. Building a search engine as big as the web itself.
Hoop it up! The world's best 3-on-3 players take to the Court of Dreams against NBA stars of yesterday. Artis Gilmore, JoJo White, Mark Aguirre, and Kenny Smith. Plus WNBA stars of today with Cynthia Cooper and Kim Parrott of the champion Houston Comets. Celebrate the 10th anniversary of Hoop It Up next Saturday on NBC.
Welcome back to the beautiful Ojai Valley and the standings after 7 events. Nick Price with the lead, but it's still too close to call. So a year after Billy Andrade absolutely ran away with this competition, we got a pretty tight race, Roger. You have Nick Price, the leader, Casey Martin right behind him, and Craig Stadler. All 3 have a shot at winning it. And as we get set for the short iron competition, the last of the 8, who do you like?
Well, I like Nick Price. I think iron play has always been the hallmark of his game. Very consistent with the short to middle irons. But as you said, last year, not a lot of suspense. But these 3 guys all have a real shot at it. Look for Craig Stadler to hit a good one in there, too. Very good with the short irons.
And as you take a look at the prize money, we'll remind you that Nick Price has a $6,500 lead over Casey Martin and a $6,750 lead over Craig Stadler. And if past history is any indication, Nick Price may want to live off this memory from 1992 in the short iron competition.
The shot at the 18th hole at Grand Cypress, slam in.
And Nick Price is currently the leader with $66,000. And the way they group the order here, Nick Price will be the last to play. John Daly has already gone, did not record a distance, and so now we pick up the first shot of Costantino Rocca.
Shot of 122 yards back uphill and also into the breeze. So it's going to be a 9-iron for most of the players. This is a 9-iron for Costantino.
Beauty. How far is it? 122? Mm-hmm. PC wedge. Oh, nice. Real nice. Oh.
So 1 left for Rocca, who did not fare as well in this competition in the United States than the one he won over at Wentworth in Europe. And that appears outside of his first distance of 11 feet 7 inches.
Short? Is that short?
So
Rocca is done for the competition. Raj, care to venture a guess as to what will win this short iron? What kind of distance we're talking about?
Well, I think you're going to have to get it in maybe 3-4 feet area anyway. With the club this short, someone's going to get it close. You've got a backstop behind the hole. You can either land it near the hole and keep it close, or you can land it behind the hole and bring it back. So I think someone's going to hit it pretty close here. Ben now going with an 8 iron.
Was that your knee? Was that your knee?
What was that?
Oh! Was that your knee?
Ben.
Was that your knee or your shoe? He took it back. He took it back. That is exactly the way I feel.
Was that 7 or 8?
That was an 8. So you got a. I'm not kidding you. You got a
shot.
And he takes the lead, getting inside of Rocca's 11 feet 7 inches.
To a certain point. He can't even talk. Like this. Like this.
Oh, yeah.
I pulled it. Pulled it left. That's the distance I want right there.
It's a bit much club.
A bit much. Oh, God. Stand.
Nice.
Hold it. That's going to cost me.
So Crenshaw records 10 feet on his first swing. And the chase will continue on the overall leader, Nick Price, when we return to the final event, the short iron at Ojai.
It's open. The Corolla CE Extra Value Package comes with air conditioning,
So not funny.
I know, power windows, and power locks.
If only everything was as reliable as a Corolla.
Want to play in a Golf Skills Challenge just like the pros? The Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour will be coming to a city near you in 1999. Join the fun at America's most entertaining skills competition, open for golfers of all ages and playing ability. For 99 tour dates, cities, and entry forms, call 1-800-617-7500 or go online with NBC's golf.com website. Test your game at the 1999 Toyota Golf Skills Challenge National Tour.
You look pretty tonight.
Thank you.
Like a butterfly. Or a soft peach whose supple texture is honest and beautiful. And I think we pair well.
Me too. But a soft peach, huh?
Gossamer Bay. The wine says a lot. At a time like this, there are several things you might find useful. Some more useful than others. To build, test, and manage business software, 4 out of 5 of the world's largest corporations rely on CompuWare. What do you need most?
Dateline Sunday, trapped in a blizzard, caught in a flash flood, and what's it really like inside a tornado? Nature's wrath unleashed right before Twister. Dateline Sunday.
This is the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Here's Ahmad Rashad.
Welcome back to our New York studio on the Sun America Sports Desk. We'll get you back to our coverage of the EMC Skills Challenge in just a few minutes. First, an update on the NFL scoreboard, starting with a battle for first place in the NFC West. Both the Atlanta Falcons and San Francisco 49ers began the day with 7-2 records. And right now, Atlanta is leading 24-6 early in the fourth quarter before a sellout crowd at the Georgia Dome. A big game in the AFC East, and Buffalo Bills lead the New England Patriots 13-10. Both teams are 5-4. The Miami Dolphins are struggling against the 1-8 Carolina Panthers, but lead it 13-9. The New York Jets got a bizarre play to end the first half as Aaron Glenn returned a field goal attempt 104 yards, the longest such return in NFL history, and lead the Indianapolis Colts 23-17. In a key game in the AFC Central, the Steelers lead the Oilers 14-13. Tennessee beat Pittsburgh just 2 weeks ago. The Vikings, with Randall Cunningham starting, lead the Cincinnati Bengals 24-3. New Orleans leads St. Louis at the Superdome 24-3, and the Redskins have an 18-point lead over the Eagles in a battle of two teams going nowhere. Yesterday, the University of Kentucky beat Vanderbilt at home 55-17, but today there was a tragedy. A truck carrying two Kentucky football players on a deer hunting trip flipped over today, killing one of the players and injuring another. Another passenger was also killed. The new college football coaches poll was released earlier today, and Kansas State is #1. Last week, the Wildcats shared the top spot with Tennessee. The Volunteers maintained the top spot in the writers' poll. Notre Dame has crept into the top 10 in both polls after yesterday's shutout of Navy. Our Notre Dame coverage continues next Saturday when the Fighting Irish take on LSU. Airtime is 1:30 Eastern. Moving to golf in China, Vijay Singh won the Super Tour by firing a final round 62 to beat Jesper Parnevik by 2 strokes. The star-studded leaderboard also included Ernie Els and American Brian Watts, who had such an impressive show at the British Open this year. And in Melbourne, Marnie Maguire of New Zealand shot a 67 to finish 4 strokes ahead of American Kelly Robbins to win the Australian Women's Open. And in tennis, Yevgeny Kafelnikov won the Kremlin Cup in Moscow with a straight-set win over Goran Ivanisevic. You are now updated on the major sports news of the day. Right now, it's back to our coverage of the EMC Skills Challenge.
This has been the Sun America NBC Sports Desk. Sun America, the retirement specialist.
Three players have competed thus far in the Toyota Short Iron Contest. The best distance recorded by Ben Crenshaw, that is 10 feet, and the distance to beat as Peter Jacobsen is next.
I like the 9. Gosh, I hit it tight here last year.
I clubbed you.
That's right. You got me.
Right. Jake referring to his win in this short iron competition last
like
year.
It? 6?
Cut 6.
Would teach you to do that.
This is a 9-iron for Peter. Really shot himself in the foot in the last event.
Ouch!
No money won in the long greenside bunker. Prior to that, he had a real shot at winning the overall.
You're not over there with the caddies. Oh, what? Okay.
It has gotten a lot quieter out there, Raj, since the early going. It's getting down to the end here.
It's tightening up.
Especially for the last few competitors who really have a chance to win the overall title. And again, the overall winner gets to pocket an extra $50,000.
Don't want to measure that. Whoa!
He shoots.
Incoming!
What's happening out there?
You ain't big enough to fire that damn ball at me, boy.
How close? 40?
You want a piece of it? Get the mud off your ball, Jake.
Thank you, John.
Yeah,
I think that just might be the thing that does it.
Yeah. You want a piece of it?
Huh? Could do it.
John Daly and Billy Andrade.
I know my pick in that battle.
I do too. Final swing for Peter Jacobsen.
Spin, darling.
Spin,
Distance
baby.
to beat is 10 feet, and that is well beyond. So Peter Jacobsen records 31 feet 9 inches. He's in third place. And the defending champion, Billy Andrade, is next. Billy virtually out of it, but he could possibly win the overall title, but he has to win this event and hope for a lot of help.
Virtually no chance. And I'm surprised he faded. I thought these were great events for Billy. The second day of the competition, I would have expected just a little bit better effort out of him this afternoon.
Who took that photo?
Will it come down over the hill? Oh, no. No photos. So that ball comes back another few inches.
The upper deck.
X1. Billy Andrade had hopes of repeating here and joining Brad Faxon and Peter Jacobsen as the only back-to-back winners in the event. 20 feet 6 inches on his first shot. Puts him currently in third.
Oh, Billy.
His second effort with a 9-iron. And that will catch the slope.
Well,
I think that'll be outside his first effort.
He's got it.
I don't know. That looks a little closer than 20 feet, Raj.
It's close.
Someone likes it. Mr. and Mrs. Andrade up there. Last one. Make it a good solid 9.
See, I told you.
You were right. Okay.
Maybe I should walk the fairways for NBC.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
Last attempt.
Not bad.
So that is well outside of his best effort, 15 feet 2 inches. So the defending champion is now officially out of the hunt for the overall title. But Andrade did compete very well for a while. Did fade a little bit on the second day. 3 players left. Craig Stadler, one of those with a very real chance of catching Nick Price. He is $6,750 behind Price.
He needs the stiff one. Also has selected a 9-iron. That's the club of choice for the fellas on this shot. 122 yards again, uphill.
Jeez.
Chunk.
Keep up.
How do we get that out of your eye there, Peter?
Thank you. Jesus, Ryman.
Get out of here. Fuck out of here.
Man.
Hook's the one that caught it.
Whoa. Wow. Lordy, I tell you what, you better not step that you could twist an ankle in that thing. Jesus, criminy.
Is this the last one?
You actually have a chance to win. Isn't that amazing?
Wow. Oh, my God.
Oh, the Walrus did go deep there, didn't he?
Yes, he did, and Peter's right. He does have a chance to win the overall. If he can stiff one here.
He stones it. He stones it.
Ooh, there you go.
A little better.
That just may take over the lead from Ben Crenshaw, who recorded 10 feet a little earlier in the competition.
Man.
And he is inside.
Is that the leader? Is that the leader right there? Oh.
And he does have the lead.
Stats.
What's low?
You.
That?
That.
After that first one?
Yeah.
See how good? I don't get pissed off anymore. See how good I bounce back? I used to be just done for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah. Is that maturity?
You'll find that out this week. Yeah. Did I hit this one? Okay.
8 feet 5 inches for Stadler.
Nah, that's no good.
Another one, 8
no
feet.
Bueno.
Nice going. Nice going. You were unbelievable.
Clutch second shot for Craig Stadler. After hitting his first one very heavy, he has the lead in the final event of the day. Back in a moment.
What are the keys to winning? Do your homework. Get all the advice you can. Plan ahead. Know when to play safe and when to go for the green. And when to hang tight and stay the course. Sounds like a winning investment strategy to us.
This is the financial core of Snap. It's one of our search engine's most popular areas. This machine keeps track of your purchase prices and commissions. This machine lets you build your own personalized portfolio. This one monitors world markets, financial news, trends. What is this machine? That's our soda machine. See our coffee maker.
Snap.com from NBC. Building a search engine as big as the web itself.
Toyota Sienna did better overall in Insurance Institute crash tests than any other vehicle tested, ever.
Notre Dame, LSU. Last year, the Irish shocked the Tigers on their own home field. Then the Tigers turned the tables in the Independence Bowl. Now they meet again as Autry Denson and the Irish, in hot pursuit of a bowl bid, look to finish undefeated at home for the first time in nearly a decade. Next Saturday on NBC.
The EMC Golf Skills Challenge is brought to you by EMC, the Enterprise Storage Company, by CompuWare, people and software for business applications, and by Gossamer Bay. The wine says a lot.
Just 2 players left in the final event of 8, the Toyota Short Iron Contest. Casey Martin has a very real chance of winning this overall competition. As you can see, he needs a shot of 8 feet 5 inches or better to remain alive for the contest, and that distance was the distance that Craig Stadler made on his second shot. And Casey has just a $250 lead over Stadler with $59,500.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 9-iron
John
for
Glenn.
Casey. I think that means he hit it very high into orbit and over the green.
Moonshot for Casey.
What kind of ball was it?
That thing got up.
Hey, I mean, you know. They said was that an arrow? That was an arrow. Oh, yeah. Looking for a big deal there, are you? I know the Q school didn't go that good, so you're looking for a little something on the side there. Come on.
XL top flight on the long drive. The Strata on the chip shot. And now the arrow.
Arrow on the wedge.
Think these guys don't keep a close eye on the equipment used, right?
They know everything that's going on. You never can tell when you might find something that would help your game, see, so you always got to pay attention. This is now a pitching wedge.
Turn, baby.
Change club selection.
All over it, KC.
Just above the flag stick and coming down.
Yes!
What a shot by Casey Martin.
Oh, that is good. Hit the arrow.
And that will eliminate Craig Stadler because that is well inside of Stad's 8 feet 5 inches.
Casey Martin takes over the lead 2 feet 3 inches.
2 feet 3 inches for Martin. So now Stadler's out of it, and the winner will either be Casey Martin or Nick Price.
Really are. 3 different balls.
Like a month right there.
All right.
Think this guy hasn't had a good week here in Ojai?
That one doesn't draw.
He certainly has, and he's acquitted himself very, very well.
He's going to make nearly as much money in this
Gary.
skills event that he made all year in the Nike Tour. And more if he's able to win it.
Hang on a second there. Keep his own, baby.
Got to finish third. What's first prize money? 15?
Got a bonus is 50.
No, what's the first prize for the? And the second is.
Well, you can hear Peter Jacobsen talking about what first place is worth. It is worth $15,000. Second place, $12,500. Third place, $10,000. Price is currently $6,500 ahead of Martin. So based on that prize money, Casey Martin, with the winning distance so far, Nick Price needs to finish tied for third or better at the 10-foot distance to win it.
You need a tie for third to win the competition. The last time my caddy said that, I fired him.
I'm just the bearer of bad news. You only got to hit it 10 feet or less.
I got my work cut out here.
Yeah, all right, good luck.
So now Nick Price knows what's at stake, and with his kind of swing and this kind of situation, Roger, he certainly has delivered in the past.
I think he'll do it. He's just too good an iron player.
What kind of club does he have there?
That's a 9-iron. Right over the top of the stack. Comes back slightly. I don't believe that will be inside 10 feet.
All right, Casey, you dodged the first one.
I'm 2 more to go. I don't know. He's swinging so good. I don't know if it's going to hold up, but we'll see here in a couple minutes.
All right, you've been doing a lot of waiting all day, it seems like.
Gosh, it's high stress, but this is what I love, this kind of stress.
Again, Nick Price needs 10 feet or better to win the title.
9-iron again, setting up a little right, trying to turn it over.
Oh, yeah.
Every one of his shots just
There's
looks
a winner
so
right
crisp.
here. Right there.
Such a good sound. Then to watch this come back. Oh, now, wait a minute. Now, wait a minute. Now, this is going to be close.
Those can't be any better than that.
That is going to be very close.
10 feet 2.
Just 2 inches
10 feet 2 inches.
over the mark he needed. So it's come down to one last swing to try to get it at 10 feet or better.
Hey, I'm betting on you, pal. I wouldn't bet against you.
You betting on Nick Price, Roger?
Well, now I don't know now. You know, he's hit a couple of pretty good shots. You know, if you're betting you're going to hit one shot inside of 10 feet, I don't know.
Here we go. Sounded great again.
Oh, man, this is
Great contact. Looky here.
Is that going to stay? That just may be inside 10 feet.
I think so.
I think it is. I think it is. It's a long way to look up for Casey Martin. He certainly can't tell.
8 feet 8 inches.
And indeed it is inside of 10 feet. 8 feet 8 inches for Nick Price, who wins it on the final swing of the entire competition.
My horse is like, don't congratulate me.
But it appears that Peter Jacobsen's a little mixed up. He thinks
He's been saying 8 foot 5 inches.
he thinks that Casey Martin won the competition. Now he knows that Nick Price won.
He didn't, because it's 2-3. 8-5 was enough, so I was wrong.
Oh, you were wrong. Oh, you said, okay. Oh, instead of 10 feet. Oh.
So one of the great iron players in the game proves it in a clutch situation. He betters his distance from 14-1 to 10-2 and finally turns in the winning shot 8 feet 8 inches. Good enough for third place in this, the Toyota short iron competition, won impressively by Casey Martin, who got it to within 2 feet 3 inches. Craig Stadler finished second to pocket another $12,500. And in the overall standings, Nick Price really won by only $1,500 over Casey Martin, but with the $50,000 bonus, it pushes his winnings to $126,000.
Well, Casey, you win your third category, and it comes down to the last shot, and this guy beat you by 16 inches to win the whole thing.
Well, it's a game of inches, and he showed it. He hit 3 great shots. He deserved it right there. That was awesome watching, and I was excited to be here. I had such a great time, and what can I say? I had a blast.
Well, Nick, 9-iron the first time, and then you went to a pitching wedge. Pretty good pressure shot.
I tell you what, it was 2 pretty tough hitting last day. It was, you know, I kind of knew what the yardage was because I'd seen the other guys hit, but also having to sit there and wait and watch everyone else, you know, before was tough. But you know, I don't think we could have had much more of an exciting day today. You know, I really didn't fancy my chances after Casey hit it in there that close. I knew there was a lot of pressure, you know, and I just had a perfect yardage with a little draw of a pitching wedge. So I guess golfing gods shone down on me today.
All right, well, congratulations to both of you. Both performed very well.
Thanks. Thanks, Gary.
Well, it's been a great couple of days of competition. The weather's been perfect, and it got off to a great start on Saturday in the very first event, the Toyota Long Drive competition, won by Casey Martin on his very first swing.
Just blistered a hook up the right side. Watch this ball take off when it hits the ground. 329 yards to win the long drive.
Casey Martin was very nervous heading into this competition, but that had to make him calm down just a bit. In the second event, it was the Hartford Greenside Bunker competition, and look what Nick Price did on his first swing.
First shot of the competition, dead center.
Next was Golf Magazine's putting contest, and this turned out to be a thrilling affair.
Yeah.
Peter Jacobsen acing his last 3 putts.
Unbelievable, not the strength of Jake's game, but he got hot at the right time.
He won a playoff that included Casey Martin and Craig Stadler. Next up was the EMC long iron competition from 185 yards out. Second swing for Billy Andrade.
That's a beauty with a 5 iron. 4 feet 4 inches.
And the defending champion continued to be in the hunt for the overall title. Next came the EMC trouble shot. And here was Jake.
Peter Jacobsen turning down a 7 iron. Skipping it up to the bag level. Almost rattling the flagstick. 6 feet 10 inches.
Jacobsen wins the trouble shot. Next up was the CompuWare pitch shot. And how about this chip by Casey Martin?
Beautifully managed chip shot. This ball will run along the edge of the ridge, almost lose speed, and watch it trickle down. Almost, and 1 foot 5 inches the winning effort.
He turned in that distance twice, so Casey Martin continued to impress. Next was the long greenside bunker competition.
Craig Stadler in his third effort draws it back off the slope. 1 foot 3 inches.
And in the 8th and final event, the Toyota short iron, it was won by Casey Martin.
Turn, baby.
After a change in clubs and golf balls, gets this shot back off the slope. 2 feet 3 inches.
And that wound up securing second place for Casey, but the shot of the entire EMC Golf Skills Challenge turned in here by Nick Price. He needed to get 10 feet or better to clinch the title, and on his third and final swing, just got inside at 8 feet 8 inches. Here's Gary Koch for the presentation.
Thanks, Dan. It's a pleasure to introduce Mr. John Matt, the Vice President of Sales, Toyota Motors USA, and you have a presentation to Nick for his charity.
Thank you, Gary. Nick, it was a close event, but you're the champion, and for that, it's my pleasure to present to you, on behalf of nearly 1,200 Toyota dealers nationally, the keys to this 1999 Camry Solara SE. Congratulations, you're a great champion.
Thank you, John. I really appreciate that. I've got a couple of charities back home in Zimbabwe that I've supported over the years, and my wife and I will give some thought tonight, and we'll probably split it amongst a couple of them. But I know the kids and the disabled back home will very much appreciate this gift. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now it's a pleasure for me to introduce Mr. Costantino, who is the Senior Vice President of Global Marketing for EMC Corporation, and you have a presentation of this lovely Waterford Crystal Trophy and, more importantly, some money.
Right. Thanks, Gary. Nick, truly a performance of champions. You told me this morning you felt good, and on behalf of EMC and its customers and employees, I wanted to present you with our trophy as our champion, and most importantly, our check for $126,000.
Nice day's work. Thank you so much, Cos. Thank you. So, I just wanted to thank EMC for their support of this event and NBC. This is the third time I've played in it. Unfortunately, the timing of it the last couple of years hasn't been right for me, but I'm glad to have come back, and thanks for everyone for coming out today. I think we all had a great day.
Congratulations to you. Let's go back up to Dan Hicks.
Okay, thank you, Gary. A great couple days of competition. We'll remind you that next Saturday at 1:30 Eastern Time, the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame look to go unbeaten at home for the first time in nearly a decade when they face the LSU Tigers. And then tonight on NBC following Dateline, it's Twister, the power movie blockbuster. Plus, all night long, real footage of the most spectacular twisters ever caught on tape. Twister tonight at 8:30, 7:30 Central on NBC. Nick Price, the 1998 EMC Golf Skills Challenge champion. For Roger Maltby and Gary Koch, I'm Dan Hicks saying so long from beautiful Ojai.